The horses onto the track for today's 10th race, first of 3 steeplechase events here today at Colonial Downs. They'll be at 11:30, 12 o'clock, and 12:35 p.m. This one is race 10 in your program. Reminder, these are non-wagering events at 2 1/4 miles. Scratch number 4, Feeling Festive. A field of 8 remains in. They'll be set for post here in about 6 minutes' time. 6 minutes to today's 10th race. Just a couple minutes from a start here for today's 10th race. Again, first of 3 steeplechase events here. Races 10, 11, 12 in your program. These are non-wagering events. Will be run at 11:30, 12, and 12:35 as we get set for today's card. Again, warming up in the 2 1/4 mile start. Just another minute or two. Horses now coming up to approach the starting position for today's 2 1/4 mile 10th event. Flag is up and they're off. Garrison Forest showing good early speed. Aftermath down toward the inside, and Tiger to Remember coming up between them, those three across as they go to that first jump. And everyone up and over well, and it's Garrison Forest just in front of Tiger to Remember. Aftermath tugging back in third. Hold Hard. Debut runners fourth. Traffic there, and a little bit of a stumble for Trevisaurus in between horses in the green and yellow colors. Parketry is out 3 deep in the sixth position, rather. It's a length more than back to Gun for Success, and at the back early on is Active Duty. So they make their way toward the backstretch on the first of 4 turns that they'll face here in this 2 1/4 mile endeavor. And it's Garrison Forest and Robert Dunn to take them onto the backstretch, almost 2 in front of Tiger to Remember. Hold Hard, third right now. Aftermath fourth, to that one's inside. There's 3 backstretch jumps that they'll face consecutively here, and they're approaching the first of those 3 now. Garrison Forest, Tiger to Remember pulling up on level terms as they head to jump number 2. Everyone up and over well. 2 more backstretch jumps on this trip around, as Garrison Forest and Tiger to Remember continue on. They're 2 lengths in front of Aftermath. Hold Hard is fourth. Parketry moves up to the outside in fifth. Down to that one's inside is Trevisaurus, as all 8 up and over well as they head toward the second turn. And on the lead, Garrison Forest now back in front by just over a length. Tiger to Remember in second, 2.5 more, then back to Aftermath in third. Right to that one's outside. Hold Hard is fourth. Parketry under a good hold is fifth in the white colors out wide. Down to that one's inside is Trevisaurus. Length and a half more back to Active Duty. And at the back now, Gun for Success. So they make their way toward the home stretch. And on the front end, it's been all Garrison Forest. Had a mild challenge down the backstretch, but obviously still have a little over a mile left to go. Garrison Forest into the stretch. 2 home stretch jumps awaiting them, so 5 more jumps remaining in this race, as Garrison Forest leads them. Down on the inside, Tiger to Remember. Aftermath been third throughout much of the journey. Hold Hard. Parketry starts to get a little bit closer there, as does Trevisaurus toward the inside, as they all take that first home stretch jump and have 1 circuit remaining of this Colonial Downs outer oval. And Garrison Forest to catch. 4 jumps left, and this the final home stretch jump as Tiger to Remember just went right by Garrison Forest, who had a little tiny stumble there after that jump. Aftermath, Trevisaurus toward the inside. Parketry is up close. They're really tightly bunched here. The 8 of them only separated by about 4 lengths as they run on to turn number 3. Tiger to Remember just in front of early leader Garrison Forest. Counters right back on the outside. Parketry's advanced quite a bit, was 6th, is now up to a joint 3rd along with Trevisaurus. Between them is Aftermath in 5th. Length and a half more then back to Gun for Success, Active Duty, and Hold Hard, but still just about 4.5, 5 lengths cover them. 3 more jumps remaining. They head down the back stretch, and it's Tiger to Remember, Garrison Forest, and Parketry joining the front ranks now on the outside from 3rd. As everyone up and over well on that first backstretch jump. 2 jumps remaining, and Tiger to Remember now a length and a half in front. Garrison Forest in second. Trevisaurus didn't take the jump all that well, has unseated the rider. Number 5, Trevisaurus, Gerard Galligan, unseated there as they head over the final jump. Gerard is sitting up. They go into that final turn. No more jumps remaining. As up front, Tiger to Remember is the leader. The loose horse, though, could play a factor here as he's right up alongside of Tiger to Remember, now going out in front of that one. And there's room at the inside for Garrison Forest, who tries to come through. Parketry on the outside, making up some ground, winding up his Aftermath on the extreme outside. Here's Aftermath, now 3rd, trying to gain on the leaders as they come toward the top of the stretch. That loose horse continuing to be a nuisance there to the front runners. Tiger to Remember cuts the corner. Down toward that one's inside. Garrison Forest trying to battle back. Aftermath went around the cone there, is now up to 2nd. And here's Aftermath trying to follow the loose horse. Aftermath, Tiger to Remember. Parketry back in 3rd. Down the outside, Active Duty's made up some ground. And Garrison Forest, 16th pole now. It's Aftermath just in front. Tiger to Remember digs in. Aftermath and Graham Waters going best late, though. Aftermath going to win it by a length. Tiger to Remember was 2nd. Active Duty 3rd. 4th went to Parketry. Again, I can't tell you that jockey Gerard Galligan is standing up, is being attended to by the medic crew, but is standing up on his own and stretching out a little bit. So good to see that, and the horse being caught by the outriders right now is Trevisaurus. In fact, has been caught by the outriders. Inquiry has been posted. Again, looking into the unseating of the number 5 Trevisaurus and Gerard Galligan. Stewart's inquiry in progress. The unofficial order 9, 3, 6, and 2. Final time was 4:08.33 seconds. Again, an inquiry, but we will keep you updated on the Stewart's decisions. Aftermath, the unofficial winner, a 4-year-old bay gelding by Arrowgate out of Yucatel. Bred in Kentucky by Gallagher's Stud. Daniel Baker, the winning owner. Mark Beecher, the winning trainer. Graham Waters aboard for the winning ride. Stewards have taken the inquiry sign down. Results will go official. 9, 3, 6, and 2. 9, 3, 6, and 2 will go official. Again, Stewards taking the inquiry sign down. No change to the order of finish. Coming up next will be today's 11th race. That'll be right at 12 noon in 22 minutes. Scratch number 2, Brown delivers. Scratch number 3, Rebus Road. 2 and 3 are scratched. Field of 5 to go the 2 1/4 mile distance. Today's 11th race in your program, the second of 3 steeplechase events. Reminder, these are non-wagering events coming up in 22 minutes. The horse is onto the track for today's 11th race in your program. It's a steeplechase overnight handicap. It's a ratings handicap hurdle. 2¼ miles, set to be run in just over 2 minutes. Scratch numbers 2 and 3. A field of 5 remain in. Again, it's a non-wagering steeplechase event. They'll be at the post in just over 2 minutes. 2 minutes to post. The horse is headed toward the starter's point. Just about a minute left post time for today's 11th race in your program, second of our 3 steeplechase events. Approaching the starter's flag. Horse is coming toward the starting point. The flag is up, and they're off. Ancient Times in the pink colors to the front immediately. T's and C's out in the second position. Right to that one's outside is Hooroo as they approach the first jump. And opening up a big lead early on here, Ancient Times in front by about 9. T's and C's, Hooroo are second and third. 2 more back to Animal Kingston, another 3 back to Knockholt. As the 5 runners take their journey into the first turn. First of 4 turns here in this 2¼ mile event. Ancient Times and Connor Tierney on the front end, about 7.5, 8 in front of T's and C's. Mel Boucher in the second position. Hooroo! Parker Hendricks third to that one's outside. It's 2 more to Animal Kingston and Graham Waters. And at the back early on is Knockholt and Harrison Beswick. 3 backstretch jumps ahead of them here on this circuit as Ancient Times continues on. Ancient Times over the first jump. Everyone over well as they approach backstretch jump number 2, and Ancient Times going quickly up front here. Took them through the opening half mile in 53.02 seconds. They head to backstretch jump number 3, and Ancient Times has opened up about a 20-length lead. T's and C's in that second position, maybe 15. I was being a little overzealous. Up on the outside now, into the third spot goes Hooroo. Down on the inside, Animal Kingston fourth, and Knockholt is fifth. As Ancient Times, now that lead's probably 20. It might even be more than that as they wind around to the top of the stretch. Ancient Times, no turning back now. Well in front here. The other four racing within about 4 or 5 lengths separating them, but they are far behind this leader early on. Ancient Times into the stretch. That big lead, T's and C's is second, Hooroo third, Animal Kingston fourth, and behind them Knockholt is fifth. As they come down the lane here with 2 home stretch jumps and 5 jumps total remaining. Ancient Times up and over there, and the back markers up and over as well. 1 circuit remaining, that opening mile in 1:45.46 seconds. Ancient Times up and over, as are the other 4. And they go into the third of 4 turns now. Ancient Times, that leads still double-digit lengths. T's and C's back in the second position. Hooroo, Animal Kingston covered up down toward the inside, and Knockholt still at the back. So there's been relatively little change other than the expansive lead built up by Ancient Times. Ancient Times to the backstretch. It's about 16, we'll call it. It's about a half of a 16th of a mile. So 1/32nd of a mile in front as they work toward the backstretch. Ancient Times, T's and C's still second. As Ancient Times approaches the first of the 3 backstretch jumps. And the lead is starting to shrink a little bit now. The others getting closer as Ancient Times up and over there. T's and C's now a clear second. Animal Kingston moves into third. Hooroo back fourth, but they're still tightly knit in that second flight as Knockholt is at the back. And once again, everyone over well. As Ancient Times to the final jump, the lead's still about 12. Ancient Times up and over well. T's and C's takes up the chase now from second. It's 2.5 more then back to Animal Kingston, who's in third. Hooroo pushed along from fourth, and Knockholt is the trailer. Ancient Times' lead is about 9 now. T's and C's has gotten a touch closer as they have just about 5/16 of a mile left to go. Ancient Times still in front. The lead's down to 7, though. T's and C's. Animal Kingston catches the eye right now from third. Is starting to move up on the outside of T's and C's, trying to put a nose into second. Ancient Times, that lead is down to 3. The lead is down to 2. And that lead is evaporated like a snow cone in Virginia as they come to the top of the stretch. Animal Kingston up on the outside. Ancient Times going to have to battle back and is doing so. Ancient Times still with something left. Animal Kingston on the outside. These two to fight it out for the final furlong as they're back on the inside. Ancient Times just narrowly in front. Animal Kingston on the outside. They have a final 100 yards left to go. Ancient Times, Kingston on the outside. Animal Kingston just in front. Animal Kingston got it by a neck. Ancient Times was valiant there in second. T's and C's was third. Fourth was Hooroo, and Knockholt will be in fifth. 4, 6, 5, and 7 will go official. 4 minutes, 0.98 seconds. 4 minutes, 0.98 the final time. Animal Kingston, the winner. It's a riding double for Graham Waters, who took the 10th race. Here's Animal Kingston into the winner's enclosure. An 8-year-old chestnut gelding by Animal Kingdom out of Private Dining was bred in Florida by Fred Hertridge III. William Russell, the winning owner. Neil Morris, the winning trainer. Graham Waters takes the first 2 steeplechase events today. Up next is today's 12th race. It'll be in about 25 minutes' time at 12:35 p.m. It's a maiden hurdle, fillies and mares. They'll be 2 1/4 miles. No scratches or changes. A field of 8, just 24 minutes to post. On to the track for today's third and final steeplechase event. It's filly and mare maiden hurdle at 2 1/4 miles. No scratches or jockey changes. A field of 8 set to go 2 1/4 miles here. Post time is coming up in 7 minutes. The horses are now on the track. 7 minutes to today's 12th race. Just a reminder, the flat and wagering portion of our card will start in just over an hour at 1:30 p.m. We will have an early pick 5 carryover of $29,378. Post time for today's first race in the program in 1 hour, but post time for our final steeplechase event in just 6 minutes. The horse is approaching the starting point for today's 12th race, the third and final of our steeplechase events. 8 of them set to go, fillies and mares. Starter Harrison Young in position, and the runners coming up. Flag is up. They're off. Afraid Not goes right to the front at once, down toward the inside. Bourbon Diversion coming through. Bourbon Diversion going to go to the lead and take the point as they go over the first of the homestretch jumps, 3 backstretch jumps remaining as they go to Turn number 1. It is Bourbon Diversion in front. Afraid Not is second. Down toward the inside is Fox in the Park, who's a joint third, along with Lacey Underall. It's a length and a half more than back to Fusil de Poche, who's back in 5th. Length and a half more to Ladies Game in the 6th position. Fox Force 5 is back 7th. And Tank Tough is the trailer early on, as they're covered by about 8 lengths as they work their way on to the backstretch. Bourbon Diversion is the leader. Thomas Garner and Bourbon Diversion in front, a length and a half now to Afraid Not in that 2nd position. As they head toward the first of the 3 backstretch jumps, and Bourbon Diversion going to take them there. Bourbon Diversion up and over. Everyone up and over well as they head to jump number 2, that backstretch run. Bourbon Diversion in front by 3 lengths now as they go to the 3rd and final backstretch jump. Afraid Not is 2nd. Fox in the Park and Lacey Underall continue 3rd and 4th as everyone over jump number 4, the 3rd of the backstretch series, and into the 2nd turn. Fusil de Poche is back 5th right now in the red, white, and blue colors. 2.5 more to Fox Force 5, Ladies Game, and Tank Tough is at the back. 56 and 2/5 seconds for that opening half mile is around that 2nd turn. It's Bourbon Diversion still in front by 2. Afraid Not still in 2nd. Length and a half more. Back to Lacey Underall, who takes over 3rd. Fox in the Parks toward the inside 4th. Then comes Fusil de Poche 5th. That one's outside. Ladies Game up a spot in 6th. Fox Force 5 7th. Tank Tough is the trailer. 2 home stretch jumps waiting to greet them on this first run through the home stretch. First full run through the home stretch, as Bourbon Diversion has been on the lead pretty much the entire way. And Bourbon Diversion going to take them to jump number 5. As all 8 up and over well, they head to the 6th jump. With 1 circuit remaining of the outer turf course here at Colonial Downs, Bourbon Diversion is the leader, 2.5 lengths. Afraid Not been 2nd, chasing throughout. As now moving up to that one's outside is Lacey Underall, a little bit closer. Fox in the Park stays toward the inside, then comes Fusil de Poche. Length more back to Fox Force 5, Ladies Game, and Tank Tough still trails. They enter the 3rd turn with just about 7 furlongs left to go. And on the lead there is Bourbon Diversion. Bourbon Diversion front by almost 3 now to Afraid Not in 2nd. Fox in the Park, Lacey Underall. It's been very little change. Fusil de Poche has been 5th throughout. Fox Force 5, 6th to the inside, and 2 more than to Ladies Game. Tank Tough has been the trailer throughout. And there's 9 lengths that cover the bunch. 154.78 was the time for the first mile as they head to the 7th jump. And everyone up and over well there. 2 more jumps remaining. As up front, it's Bourbon Diversion still leading. I'm Afraid Not. Still 3 lengths back in 2nd. Another 3 then back to Fox in the Park. Lacey Underall 4th. Just got a little tap on the shoulder to try to go after this longtime leader. Bourbon Diversion, who made the final jump. They all made the final jump, and they head toward the far turn. Bourbon Diversion, the lead is out to 5.5 now. Back in the 2nd spot, Afraid Not. 2.5 or 3 lengths more then back to Lacey Underall. Fox in the Park stays toward the inside in 4th. It's now 6 more back to Fox Force 5. Tank Tough is out of last, is up to 6th right now, trying to gain, but they've all got to work to come get Bourbon Diversion. Bourbon Diversion coming to the top of the stretch. The lead is still 5. Afraid Not trying to chip into that lead. On the outside, Lacey Underall, Fox in the Park. Bourbon Diversion has to finish the job. Has 3/16 of a mile left to go and a 4-length lead to work with. Trying to get closer is Afraid Not on the outside. Lacey Underall is 3rd. Fox in the Park 4th. It's 3 more than back to Tank Tough in 5th. A final furlong left to go. Bourbon Diversion to lead down to 3.5 now. Afraid Not is getting closer, but so is the finish line. It's Bourbon Diversion there. Afraid Not has to make up 2 in the final 16th. Bourbon Diversion, Afraid Not on the outside. They've been 1-2 all the way around, and they'll finish that way. Bourbon Diversion a length. Afraid Not was 2nd. 3rd went to Lacey Underall. Very close photo for 4th there between Fox in the Park and Tank Tough. 5, 8, 7, and 4 will be official. 5, 8, 7, 4 will go official shortly. Final time was 4:08.14 seconds. Is Bourbon Diversion the winner? Bourbon Diversion is a 4-year-old dark beer brown filly by Bellamy Road out of Bourbon Twist. Was bred in New York by Carrington Holdings, LLC. Carrington Holdings, LLC, the winning owners. Orange Kingsley Jr., the winning trainer. Thomas Garner aboard for the winning ride. Bourbon Diversion wins today's 12th. Fans, the flat wagering portion of our card will be coming up in 49 minutes. We'll have scratches and changes in about 15 minutes. 9-race card today. Don't forget we have an early pick 5 carryover of $29,378. $29,378 into the early pick 5. It'll cover races 1 through 5. Fast and firm today here at Colonial Downs. Another sunny, beautiful afternoon here in Virginia. And again, scratches and changes coming up in about 15 minutes. Post time for the opener at 49 minutes.